From the Riverwind Casino in Norman, Oklahoma, it's quarterfinal action at the WPBA US Open 9-Ball Championship. Her opponent, two-time world 9-ball champion, also a former US Open 9-ball champion, Ga-Young Kim.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sooner State. We're in Oklahoma for the WPBA US Open 9-Ball Championship. Love the sound of the words. Mitch Lawrence and two-time US Open champion, the striking Viking, Ava Mattia Lawrence. Ava, you know what it feels like to win this great event. Quarterfinals now, and two former US Open champions about to go after it, Helena Thornfeldt and Ga-Young Kim.
And both of these players would obviously love to make this a repeat. They're both hungry for this title. Both have been playing phenomenal pool so far. And I love watching this matchup because they're two distinct different styles. You have Helena on one hand, a very deliberate player. She knows the game very well. She takes her time, doesn't leave much to chance. And on the other hand, Ga-Young Kim, she fires it up. She plays very fast, fun to watch. It could be anybody's ball game at this point.
And both players with big wins this week on the way here. Ga-Young Kim has already taken care of Jasmine Ocean. Helena Thornfeldt with a big victory over Xiao Ting Pan. One of these players will move into the semifinals. Let's find out who it'll be right now.
All right, ladies, just do battle. Slag the balls and begin.
And what a terrific matchup it will prove to be. I'm sure Ga-Young Kim on the left, Helena Thornfeldt on the right. The great international nature of the WPBA Classic Tour. Ga-Young from Korea, Helena originally from Borlänge, Sweden. That lag for the opening break, a close one. It is Ga-Young Kim who will have it, and look at that, perfect this week. In the first 4 rounds, has won 4 lags, Ava, and it gives a player a chance to really get to the table and establish themselves quickly.
It makes a difference, it really does, especially since we're playing alternate break format. You really need to make yourself known when it's your break. You can really set up the match and take charge right off the bat. Even if you don't make anything, the fact that you're the first one to draw blood, very important here. She needs to keep the cue ball on the table, try to pocket a ball.
Powerful, right. 2 balls, Ava.
Definitely, you're right. Powerful break. She let the cue ball go a little bit, but she didn't lose that much speed on the balls. She's got a shot here at the 2. The 1 and the 6 were made on the pocket. She can draw the cue ball back up here toward the 3 ball. Just put a little bit of low left on this. Her problem is that she's jacked up here over the 3. That makes it a much, much tougher shot. Well, she doesn't have to do much. She wants to draw up about to the side pocket, maybe a little bit past it, then she would be perfect. Wow, wow, she drew it all the way to the other side. Great shot. She wants it to get off the rail, great.
Right away, you see the kind of cue work that's capable out of Ga-Young Kim. Here's her bioblast. In 2004, the US Open champion, after being a finalist the year before against Karen Kaur, went on to win 2 times, win the World 9-Ball Championship, a player of incredible talent.
And natural talent too. She started when she was 10 years old, and she's, oh no, look what she just did. She misjudged the angle on that completely, Mitch. She had an easy little tap in on the 4 on the side. Instead, that 9-ball, which was pretty large, but she managed to get behind it. Big mistake here. She's going for her jump cue, Mitch. She needs to hit this, obviously, but preferably make it because the table is wide open.
See our referee, Steve Tipton. Shot clock in hand. Players get a chance to go and get a jump cue if they need it, or a bridge. And then that clock will start up again. Let's see if she can handle this jump shot early. Can she ever?
Nothing to it. Take a look at this again, see how she is really working on loosening up that stroke arm. She needs to pop this really high, come down quickly so she doesn't fly off the table. Perfect jump shot. She's going to put some right spin on this, go around 3 rails for position on the next ball. Just beautiful touch on the right side of the 7 to easily get to that 8 ball that's right by the side pocket on the rail.
An early statement by Ga-Young Kim will quickly give you the format of this match. It's a race to 7 to move to the semifinals. 30-second shot clock with 1 extension per rack. Will alternate the break, and it's foul on all balls. So this is exactly what Guy Young wanted to do, Ava. Just get to the table, good solid break, keep Helena seated. Feel the speed of this cloth.
And it also puts pressure on your opponent because she won that leg, broke, took care of business, ran out. Now Helena's going to step to the table, having the break, and the pressure will be on her to answer Guy Young's challenge.
First rack and a lot of heat to Guy Young Kim. Quarterfinal action here at the US Open in Oklahoma.
First game to Miss Kim.
As the US Open 9-ball championship gets ever closer to crowning a champion, the pressure mounts and the stakes get higher as two great champions, both former US Open title holders, try to stay alive in Oklahoma. Guy Young Kim, the 2004 US Open champion, with a multifaceted and explosive game honed from a young age in Korea. Helena Thornfeldt, the 2002 US Open champion, with a wealth of knowledge and talent, but without a victory on tour since her monumental win 7 years ago. One match stands between them and a semifinal berth and a precious chance to play for yet another US Open crown.
This ESPN presentation of the WPBA US Open is brought to you by Riverwind Casino. It's what winning feels like. By the American Pool Players Association, the world's largest pool league. And by Brunswick Billiards, since 1845, the standard of superior craftsmanship, preferred by experts around the world.
What a fantastic home we've had here all week in Norman at the Riverwind Casino and Hotel. The casino, the second largest in the state, opened in 2006. And a brand new and beautiful hotel with 100 rooms located 30 miles south of Oklahoma City. You will be swept away by the Riverwind Casino. Our WPBA road to the finals here in Norman. Allison Fisher and Karen Corr, a titanic matchup in our first semifinal. 4 other talented players trying to get there as well. And what a week Guy Young Kim, the 2004 US Open champion, has had already. A very close match against Jennifer Beretta. Survived that one. Took care of Kim Shaw. A huge victory over Jasmine Ocean 9-6 to get to this quarterfinal matchup, knocking Jasmine out of the event. And now the sledgehammer, Helena Thornfeldt, with her first opportunity at the table with the break, and it will be a big one. Ooh.
And there's a reason why she has a nickname Sledgehammer. She was one of the first players on tour really to come with a huge, powerful break. You can see her, she made a ball. She's got the 1 ball on the side there. She's got to be careful with the 6. The 6 could come into play when she's trying to get across table to the 2 ball. Looks like the tangent line, if she tries to roll it across, it may go into that 6 ball, so she could use the 6 here possibly, but she'd have to hit it firm enough to get across so she doesn't get caught behind that 5.
Nice.
Very well done.
Good work. And you saw that stat, 85% balls on the break, the best of the 8 quarterfinalists. It's always been a huge weapon in her arsenal since she came over from Borlinga, 1994. Terrifically talented player. Ava said how knowledgeable she is, and nobody knows more about the game than Helena today. Her mission will be to execute, to really stay there and execute.
That's true. She's going to have to pull it all out today playing against Guy Young. She has an option here. She can either slow roll this in, she can go cross and back. There's a combination possible. She's going for the combo. She also could have rolled over and just played the 3 ball in the same pocket, but with the 4 ball and a 6 kind of messed up a little bit, although that's probably a makeable combination. I don't blame her for going this route. This would send a clear message to Gai Young that she's ready to play and answer after Gai Young made such a great break and run a minute ago.
There it is. It's exactly what we were talking about. Knowledge of how to get around a rack and then executing the shot when it needs to be done. Helena Thornfeldt ties it up at 1 apiece with her own break and run. Both players letting the other one know that they are here. Let's learn a little more about this great champion as we go behind the cue with Helena Thornfeldt.
Yeah, we opened up a pool room about, I guess, 10 weeks ago, and it's been going really well, doing really well actually, but it's a lot of work. 14, 16-hour days, and you know, I haven't had a whole lot of time to play pool, but I still feel like I can win a tournament, so I want to try to win a tournament. Yeah, and you know, today, to win a tournament, you have got to play great. Good is not good enough anymore. You have to play great. I don't think I'm just more relaxed. I think these last like 5-6 years, I've been struggling mentally, just feeling pressure. And I changed that. You know, you know what? If I'm gonna play, I only have a couple more years, you know, just, you gotta put that away because it's still only a game. I've been playing well this whole year. I've been playing really well, but I just been getting beat. It's getting tough out there, and you know, I'm an older player, so yeah, you got to get into something, you know, that you can maybe do after pool, because I've been seriously playing pool for 28 years, so I've been in the game for a long time. So yeah, you know, I might have a couple more years in me and I can still beat up on these young girls. Don't worry, I got your asses.
The lighter side of Helena Thornfeldt. That's the side we know. We're happy she's here, and we've got a great quarterfinal matchup in Norman. Welcome back to the beautiful Riverwind Casino in Norman, Oklahoma. It's quarterfinal action at the US Open 9-Ball Championship. Mitch Lawrence and the striking Viking Ava Mattia Lawrence with you as we get ready to look at the breaks of both of these champions, such an important part of the game. Helena on the left, Gai Young on the right, Ava.
Yeah, and both pretty classic pool stance, but notice how close Gai Young's legs are together. Her stance is like that when she's playing as well, but on the break, watch how she comes up. Helena's power is all forward. Gai Young is more straight up into the air. Both have very powerful breaks. Both kick out with the back leg a little bit. But Helena really puts a lot of a shorter backstroke, much shorter than Gai Young's, but she puts the body into it a little bit more, and that's where she gets that extra power.
All right, we'll see who has the better of the breaks in this match. This week for Helena Thornfeldt, a fantastic one. Look at that victory in the third round over former world 9-ball champion Xiaoting Pan. And Helena has shown us that she is ready this week. As she said in that interview, you saw, to kind of reestablish a little bit of what she is about out at the table. See if she can keep that going in this quarterfinal round against the talented Gai Young Kim, two former US Open 9-ball champions going at it.
Well, so far both players are playing 1,000. They haven't really made any mistakes that they haven't been able to clear up. And again, Gai Young made 2 balls in the same pocket, the 2 and the 5. But as you can see, there's too much traffic for her to get to the 1, so she's going to have to push out. Just find a place down at the other side of the table, roll the cue ball up. Give yourself an opportunity to play a safety. Oh, there you go. She decided to just get a little closer. It's a much easier place for Helena to play a safety right here than if she would have gone to the other side of the table. However, Helena may not like it, give it back. I'd be surprised if she does, because there's balls to hide behind. She's going to go ahead and take the shot. No, she's giving it back. She's giving it back.
Always the interesting part of the push. We'll see what Guy
Interesting
Young had in
choice.
mind.
Yeah. You know, if you got all these balls to hide behind, usually they don't like to do that. Helena turned out made a pretty good choice. She left her a safety, but not an easy way to go. There's really no easy safety here. There's some balls to hide behind, but they're touchy little shots. It's very easy. If you miss the safety, the snooker, it's more or less the sellout. So it's a very tricky little position she's in. She can thin perhaps the left side of the ball, come down here past the 4, roll the 1 to the behind the 7. No, she went the other direction. Look out from the 9. Look out. All right, she's safe. That stops Mitch about 4 inches shorter, and it would have been a billiard on the 9 ball.
We know that Guy Young, as aggressive a player as she is, would have liked to have a chance at it. Instead, we'll see how she responds to the safety by Helena.
She'll definitely be playing a safety also. Again, using that 9. How'd she
that
hit
touch.
it? Perfect.
That touch.
Perfect.
As Helena takes a look at this, we've given you a couple racks to look at. One of the truly beautiful pieces of furniture in the game. The beautiful Isabella table. There it is by Brunswick Billiards. And I have to tell you, up close, this is even more phenomenal than what you see there with blue lapis work, rare wood. Very elegant table, also suitable, obviously, for the US Open 9-ball championship.
Oh, it's been a great table. Up close, it's amazing. Well, Helena here has her work cut out for her. 1 rail kick, tough to judge because the cue ball's so close to the rail. Got to hit it. Well done. Oh, that is so cold, you know. I mean, she hit a really solid hit on the 1 ball. Really got unlucky here. Obviously, it's always a possibility. But it's amazing how there's only 6 pockets and there's a ton of rails and for you to scratch in that spot. Well, great opportunity for Guy Young.
And we talk about it often. A great safety will put you in a position where, yeah, you might kick at a ball and hit it, but you also got to pay attention to the other possibilities.
All right, she just wants to make sure she gives herself a bit of an angle here to get from the 4. All she wants to do here is put some low spin, low spin on the ball, have the cue ball come out toward the center of the tables. Cut this into the side. Gonna draw it out. Oh.
Amazing.
Well, you know, that's one of those where I think she was trying to create more of an angle than she had. She wanted to have that angle so she could get perfect on the 6. She just didn't get there. And instead of taking her medicine and shooting a tougher shot on the 6, she kind of just pretended it turned out right. Well, that was an interesting shot. It looked to me like Helena was going to play a safety behind that 9, but she actually ended up making the 6. You can see here, either that or she hit it way too soft if she was trying to get for position. So I guess only Helena really knows what she was trying to do. She's going to have to duck again, try to use this 9 ball. This 9 ball's big. Try to get behind the 9 would be. No, that's going to come up short. No good.
Did not get it. And as Guy Young steps to the table, yet another chance. We're tied at 1 during the course of this match. We're going to get to have some insights, some information from down on the floor. And that will come from the 1994 US Open 9-ball champion. Still a force out here. The Black Widow, Jeanette Lee, is with us, and she has a word now with Mai Han Lak, who will talk to us about Guy Young Kim. Jeanette?
Thanks, Mitch. I'm here with Mai Han Lak, who happens to be very good friends with Guy and Kim and his traveling roommates on the tour. Mai Han, especially the last couple of years, you've become very close with her. What can you tell us about her?
She is totally different off the table. Her personality off the table is totally different. She loves to play. We play video games together. We go out and we do crazy things together. And when it comes time to play pool, it's like time to play pool. She's totally different, like serious. It's a serious time and a fun time.
So what do you think you've taken away with, as you've become close? She's a world champion. Do you feel like some of that has rubbed off on you?
Yeah, she makes me want to play She makes me want to play.
Good.
The reason I qualified for here is because she told me that if I didn't, that I couldn't be her roomie. So then that year I qualified 6 in a row. I won 6 qualifiers in a row to come so we can room together and play pool.
Fantastic. Well, good luck to you on tour.
Thanks.
Ga-Young Kim, I'm sure that work ethic came from her dad, Yang Ki Kim, in his 3-cushion room. At age 10, she started working hard. And here she is, a US Open and World 9-ball champion. Ga-Young Kim with our 3rd rack, up by 1 over Helena Thornfeldt.
I'm often asked about this shot where the object ball is frozen to the rail. What you've got to imagine is trying to hit the ball and the rail at the same time. But if anything, you want to favour slightly the rail first, because that's going to push the ball towards the pocket. If you hit the ball first, it's going to push it into the rail and away from the pocket. So now we're going to try and shoot the shot, rail, ball at the same time, if anything favouring the rail first. And that's my Q-Tech Q tip of the day.
Back here at the Riverwind Casino in Norman, Oklahoma, quarterfinals of the US Open 9-ball championship. We are about to move into rack 6. First, we'll show you the highlights from racks 4 and 5.
And in rack 4, Helena came with this break. Nice solid break, and look at that, pure bad luck. The cue ball had stopped and got knocked by a ball. She gave ball in hand to Ga-Young. Made a solid run out here, no major errors at all, smooth as silk, and she ran out and took that rack, put it at 3-1. Now rack 5, Ga-Young had the break, big powerful break. Boy, she hits those balls well. She went on from there, and she was running the balls. She made the 1 ball, she got on the 2, and then misses the 2 badly, I might add. Helena took advantage of it, and she got it to 3-2.
So here we stand. Ga-Young Kim 3-2 over Helena Thornfeldt, race to 7 to see who will meet the winner of the Monica Webb-Gerda Hofstetter quarterfinal matchup. Allison Fisher and Karen Kaur already in our first semifinal. And a good break this time for Helena after scratching the last time.
It was, she made 2 balls, but check this out. The 1 ball and the cue ball are so close. The 1 might go here in the side, but she would have to really let loose of the cue ball. You can see there with a severe angle she has on that 1. She's going to have to really cut it thin, and that means letting that cue ball loose. One good thing she has going for her, if she decides to go for it, is that the 2 ball on the left there, you see it, it's kind of wide open, so she at least should be able to get some kind of shot on it if she goes for it. She is going for it. Thin hit. Oh, no. She almost scratched in the side even.
Is the 6 going? No. Looked like it was for a second.
Well, the one good thing she had ended up happening here is the 6 ball blocked the pocket for the 1 right here. She was going to be forced to either hit a really thin backwards cut into the side or shoot the combination on the 6, as opposed to just having an open shot on the 1 ball on the side and the corner pocket. She goes for this cut on the 1 mid. She'd have to hit a lot of left spin and kind of help it in there. She had a really thin hit on this 1 ball. I don't know. The cue ball, you know, if you look right here, 1 ball on the side, the cue ball could get stopped on that 6 ball. You know, that's 1 freebie you have. You know you're not going to scratch in that corner because the 6 is there, so she might just go ahead and fire this in. Same thing, undercut it also.
So interesting misses back-to-back by Helena and Ga-Young. Take another look at it, a pivotal rack here. Ga-Young Kim up 3-2.
It wasn't you. She was moving her feet.
You see Helena she wears earplugs when she plays. Drowns out a little bit of the noise. Gets her a little bit more interior. Helps with the focus.
She used to be much more rattled than she does. She's gotten a lot better about it. I think the earplugs help, but there's somebody moving in the background, which is very distracting. But Helena she wants to feel really comfortable and not have any outside distractions when she plays. And she takes her time and lets people know, listen, I'm playing here. Just it's the US Open. Please don't move until I'm finished shooting type of thing.
And what I like about it, Ava, though, is that she did it in a very calm way. There was nothing rushed about it or forced. She just
Not at
got
all.
right back to being centered again.
Very professional now. She's got a tough shot here, 2 in the 6. Just focused on making this. Cue ball's going to go crossing back, or just not just across. Trouble. You know, that's very common when you're shooting a tougher shot like that, where it really takes all your focus. It's so easy to just let up on the cue ball a little bit. She's played the shot just perfectly, but her speed control was way off. And I don't think she even wants to jump this. No, she's going to go rail first. It's a makeable shot. Yeah, she hit it too thick, but she's got a safety out of it, so no harm down there.
Their US Open championships separated by a year. Helena winning in 2002, Guy Young in 2004.
And Guy Young's going to just hit and stick here, Mitch. Into the rail, some spin, hitting full hit on this 2 ball. She wants to stick the cue ball right there. Oh, no, she hit it. She wanted to go rail first, and she just curved it a little bit, I think, with all that spin that she put on it, and clipped the 2 ball just barely. Not what she wanted to do, and wide open for Helena.
Terrific game percentage this week. Shows you how dominant she's been in the first 4 rounds leading up to the quarterfinals.
Helena's a tough cookie, you know. She just really plays a strong, solid game all the way around.
Let's go back down to the floor and get another word from Jeanette Lee. Jeanette?
I'm here with Monica Webb, best friend and business partner of Helena Thornfeldt. What can you tell me about how she's been playing this year?
Well, she's been playing great. She's just run into some, great players, and, you're not guaranteed to win every time. So that's why she hasn't been on the final 4 rounds very often, but she's still been playing great this year.
And what do you see in this match right now in terms of, her game as well as anyone's? What do you see about Helena right now? Is she ready to win?
Yeah, absolutely. She's been playing, phenomenal this whole tournament, and her confidence has grown since, there was just a few years ago, Helena was dominating the tour on TV every single tournament.
Right.
And I think that she's grown even more in confidence today.
Right.
And I look for Helena to win. It's going to be a tough match, though.
All right, well, she looks fantastic on the table. She looks very, very comfortable, so let's hope for a good win.
She does.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Thanks.
And for Helena, it has been a good year, although the results, as we have just heard, not what she would have wanted. 9th in San Diego, 17th at the Great Lakes Classic. But often, Ava, the results of a week truly are not reflective of the way you play with the quality of play out here on tour now.
That's true, and I mean, so many matches, you see so many matches finish 9 games to 8, 7 to 6 in the TV matches, and it doesn't always tell the whole story, who won and who lost. You can play a phenomenal match against a great player.
9 left, but a tough shot, certainly.
Yeah, you can see the cue ball died a little bit on that 8. A little top spin on it that just died when it hit that second rail. But she should.
Oh.
She got up on that. Let's watch this on the replay, Mitch. She just barely stands up a split second before she hits it. Not comfortable. You could see her body twitching just a little bit. She missed that 1 ball on the side earlier. Guy Young also missed a thin cut on the side, and then missing that. That was a huge, huge shot.
And she overcuts the 9. Both players not able to put away rack 6.
She really had to draw it to avoid that side pocket, but that should not have been that big of an issue. If she hit it thick enough to make it, she definitely could have avoided the side pocket. She just simply missed it.
Yeah. Ava was talking about the mental toughness of Helena Thornfeldt. That's an example of it right there. After you miss it, When you get a chance again with a tough shot, take advantage of it. Every week we give a fan a chance to ask a pro. Chris asked, which do you prefer, jumping or kicking? Let's get the answer from Kapow, Carolyn Powell.
Well, I like both. It depends on the shot. If the object ball is in the pocket and it's jumpable to make, I will pick jumping. However, if it's a hard shot to make on a jump, but I can play a pretty good kick safe, then I will pick kicking.
All week we've been in beautiful Norman, Oklahoma, about 20 miles south of Oklahoma City. Population just a bit over 100,000. And also home to the 7-time national champion Oklahoma Sooners. For the past 2 years, the home of the WPBA US Open 9-ball championship as well. We're glad you're with us in Norman. Every year, the American Pool Players Association conducts the US Amateur Championships every November. Last year's U.S. Amateur champion was Amy Chen.
I pretty much first picked up a cue freshman year of college. I'm very competitive at heart, and so I think that's what drove me to play more and more. The APA U.S. Amateur Championship was my first big event that I've ever played in. Luckily, I played really well. And when I got to the finals, I was really, really nervous. So I didn't really play that well in the finals, but I pulled it off and won it undefeated. So I'm very, very happy about that.
Every year, the U.S. Amateur champion earns a berth in the WPBA U.S. Open. Playing with the best can be a distraction for the up-and-comer.
It's really kind of intimidating because all the top women players are here. You know, you see Allison Fisher, Jeanette Lee, Kelly Fisher, Ga-Young Kim, Xiaoting Pan. And you know, my mom's here, my brother's here, and it's kind of funny because my mom just keeps wanting to go around getting everybody's autograph. Right now I am working part-time to support my pool career, just taking it one step at a time. Ultimately, I just want to play my best, and I want to learn all I can about the sport because it's so beautiful. If it weren't for the American Pool Players Association throwing the U.S. Amateur Championship, I wouldn't be here. So I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity.
And we are certainly glad that Amy has joined us this week. So much talent out there in America. Ga-Young Kim and Helena Thornfeldt trying to get to the semifinal match. The winner will meet the winner of Monica Webb, Gerda Hofstetter. 55% balls on the break percentage for Ga-Young Kim. Not terrific. 1 out of every 2 times.
Well, she sure made one there, and look at the open shot she has on the 2-ball in the corner. She can just draw the cue ball back over here for the 3. Looks like she has a straight enough angle to be able to go straight back. Hit really low on the cue ball, nice smooth follow through. Uh-oh, that's not what she wanted to do. Yep, that 8-ball came into play. She just didn't have enough draw on it. It just kind of stunned it. You can see right here, just died right off the bat. She wanted to put a lot more kick on that cue ball. She's going to be forced to kick on this ball. That didn't quite work out either. She left an open shot for Helena.
Obviously a critical time in this match, tied at 3, race to 7. A lot of knowledge between these two players, for sure. As we said, Ga-Young started playing at 10. Helena started playing at 14 in Borlinga. She said she became fascinated by the beauty of the game and has stayed that way ever since.
Nice touch there.
Good shot.
Came out just fine for the 4-ball. Perfect angle. She can just drift up for the 6 a little bit from here.
Helena takes a good look. We're going to get some more information from down on the floor and go back down there for Jeanette Lee. Jeanette?
Thanks, Mitch. Right now, when I look at Helena, she looks very much in control of her emotions. She's letting go of her unforced errors. She's staying in the moment. So I know that if she does get any opportunities, she will take advantage of it.
Certainly something you have to do out here on tour.
You know, I have, and I know all these other players out here have actually won tournaments by more or less just doing what you're supposed to do. You know, it's great to come with a big shot. You have to do that from time to time, but a lot of it is just taking advantage of your opponent's mistake and then not making those mistakes yourself. Just really playing the game the way it's supposed to be played, playing the correct patterns. Oh no, not doing this. She kind of just pinched that cue ball. It looks like, you know, it looks like from here like she can make it, but I don't know. I wonder if that 9 ball is involved. It's close. Can she make it?
Well, we will see. It doesn't look like it from this angle.
Looks like she's going to have to play it safe and just thin it across the 8 to the center of the table. Send the cue ball to the other side. That was a good shot. She took her medicine. She didn't try to do anything crazy. She didn't hum and haw about it. She just went up and did what she had to do.
A little bit frustrated, I'm sure. There you see it. But the better you are at letting go of those mistakes and then following up, we'll see what Guy Young can do.
She might go for the bank here, Mitch. There are no easy safeties here by any means. She can't really get it behind that 9. She goes for the bank. Oh, she got a good leave out of it. She got a good lead out of it. Helena's laughing. The cue ball rolled up just enough. It looks like it's frozen, which means that the cue ball is touching the 9, and there's just no shot at the 8 ball.
And that is just an amazing roll for Guy Young Kim right there. Wow.
Helena's looking to go 3 rails, Mitch. Side rail, bottom rail, over the other side rail to try to kick at a tough, tall order. Yeah, it's way too long. What a break for Guy Young. She went for the bank. You can see her, Helena just came way long on that. Guy Young went for the bank. Obviously, she was sending the cue ball over in that direction before it to land, just like that, where Helena didn't really have a kick at it. Pretty fortunate turn of event.
And amazing with all that blue showing that that's where the cue ball would wind up, just parked next to the 9. So back we go to Guy Young Kim and see if she can take advantage here. 1 ball left for a 4-3 lead. Every little roll critical now. There it is. Wow, good fortune for Guy Young, not so much for Helena Thornfeldt, a 1-rack lead. Remember, race to 7 to get to the semifinals of the US Open 9-ball championship here in Norman, Oklahoma. Welcome back to Norman and the US Open 9-ball championship quarterfinal action here at the Riverwind Casino. Guy Young Kim up 4-3 over Helena Thornfeldt.
Game 8 to Miss Kim.
And as Helena looks on, we're going to show you the Mueller top 16 here in Norman. Terrific week for all of these players. We're down to the final stages of the US Open. Let's hear a little bit from a wonderful Texan, former WPBA president, one of the most likable players out here on tour, Kim White.
I've always put a lot of high expectations on myself, you know, getting up there or winning an event, you know, and that's always been my goal, winning an event. And I've come just shy of that, you know, and I think right now I just want my game to get better. I want my game to get back where it was, and, you know, it's disheartening when a lot of the players that you used to beat, you struggle with. I look forward to getting back to where I was and maybe, you know, beyond that, but you know, life happens, and sometimes you can't give your due diligence to the things, you know, that you'd like to.
We are here ready to move into rack 9. First, we're going to show you the highlight from rack number 8, Ava.
Well, Helena shot a combination here. Good shot on that 1-6, but she let the cue ball go. She had to kick. She had to kick, and that gave an opening ball in hand for Ga-Yeon Kim. Got that shot on the 9 to go ahead and extend her lead 5-3.
Just a moment ago, Ga-Yeon was tied with Helena at 3 apiece, now up by 2 racks, race to 7.
And she makes a ball here, Mitch. 1 ball goes in. Fortunately for her, the 2 ball is right there and available, almost straight in. 3-4, no problem. You got the 5-9 down here. That could be an issue. This is where the cue ball needs to go. So as she's planning her shot on the 2, she's trying to get on the 3 so she can get on the 4 to get the cue ball down there on the 5. That's going to be her key shot, getting position on the 5 ball.
For those of you at home, that's one of the things you have to start thinking about is 2 or 3 shots ahead if you can.
Find your key ball and then figure out a way, go backwards and figure out how to get on it. The other pocket is obviously not available for it. The 8 and the 9 are right there, so she has now gotten the angle. No, she has not gotten it, clearly. Judging from that face, she got a little bit too straight on, Mitch. Little bit of left. You can see in this angle, Mitch, she hits a little bit of left spin. She can go 2 rails around. Keep going. Keep going. Great shot.
Not much Helena can do. Ga-Yeon with the break here in rack number 9.
Little low left here, go 2 rails, play this 6 ball on the side. She wants it to come up to get about straight in. You know, it's interesting. If it goes another 4 inches, 3 inches, she's straight in on the 6, stop shot, and boom, she's out. Now she's going to have to do a little bit of work. Go around the table now, 3 rails. Play a speed shot for the 7. Yeah, no problem. Really well done.
And again, just a hair of frustration on Ga-Yeon's part. She's checking out an 8-9 combination.
Yeah, if she'd have gotten an angle, she would have been just fine going ahead and drift the cue ball over, play the 8 there. But the 8-9 is straight enough in to where she could just roll it up a little, bump it. And she's got the 8-9 right there. Ga-Yeon started out with a break and run, and she is about to do it again. Well done.
And a good example of what Ga-Yeon Kim is all about. Had a couple of issues along the way, fought her way through them, and then a fantastic ability to get out of some trouble with some terrific shot making. Ga-Yeon Kim now on the hill, 1 rack away from the semifinals.
This ESPN presentation of the WPBA US Open is brought to you by the American Pool Players Association, the world's largest pool league, and by Q-Tech Cues, serious cues for serious players, and choice of the world's most dominant player.
Throughout this match, Ga-Yeon Kim has had a little bit of trouble with a blister on her index finger on her shooting hand. You can tell it's been bothering her, but certainly not enough to stop her from taking a 6-3 lead over Helena Thornfeldt on the hill. And Helena has to keep that percentage going. It's been the best of the 8 quarterfinalists all week going in.
And she came out dry there, Mitch. Look at the opening for Ga-Yeon. Makes the 1 in the side, leave the cue ball right about here for the 2. There's going to be a window right there. She needs to find that window, place it right there, just draw it back a little bit. And the rest of the balls are open. Big shot, just drawing just enough for her to get back for the 2 ball here. She'll leave herself a long shot. Oh, she's really going for.
Did she get it?
Oh, she'll take that roll. That'll work.
You were talking about a window. This is a shot that says, forget the window.
Just kind of snuck it by, even though she hit the 3. It looked like she was going to get snooker, but she can see just enough of the 2 ball. She took a chance there, but she didn't like what she was looking at getting on that 2, I guess. So she took a gamble, and it paid off. And now all of a sudden, things are wide open. And being on the hill, oh, wow. She almost messed that up. And this is what happens with Guy Young. She is one of the greatest players in the world when it comes to playing fast. She goes 1, 2, boom. She just shoots it. Similar style to Vivian Villarreal. Even faster she used to play. But once in a while it gets a little too fast and she just makes careless mistakes. This time it didn't turn out to hurt her, but so many times we've seen it where she misses an easy position, an easy shot. And here she needs to just slam this cue ball in, a little bit of center, a hair of left, come out for the 6, and that she is in good shape to take this match and move into the semifinals.
It's been quite a while since we have seen Ga Young Kim in the winner's circle over here. She would like nothing more than to make this US Open 9-ball championship her second one, the event that gets her back into the winner's circle. You know, in Helena's feature, if you remember earlier in the show, she talked about how it's not just playing good to win an event out here now. You have to play great. You have to come with it every match at some point, somewhere through the match. You have to come with some great stuff.
There's no question about it. Such a solid field of great players. And this being one of the greatest right now. Ga Young Kim is really on fire.
You saw a disappointed Helena Thornfeldt. She will head home to Villarica.
The match winner, Ga Young Kim.
A good week for her. Ga Young Kim's week continues here in Norman. Our road to the finals. 3 of our 4 semifinalists set. Ga Young will meet the winner of the Monica Webb Gerda Hofstetter quarterfinal match. Let's look at our turning point, brought to you by the American Pool Players Association. Rack number 8. Helena Thornfeldt at the table. That foul would give Ga Young Kim ball in hand. We were at 4-3 at that point. Ga Young Kim went on to win 7-3. Here's Jeanette Lee with a word from Ga Young. Jeanette?
Congratulations, Ga Young. I'm so happy for you. So you were saying something earlier about your confidence. Do you feel like now that you've got a couple wins under your belt that you're feeling better?
Well, still not like confidence enough, but I'm getting there.
Well, the advantage is now that you've played a couple matches, you've gotten used to the cloth on the table right now, so at least you feel comfortable with the equipment.
Oh, but this cloth is different with yesterday. It was a little bit slower, and then today was a little bit faster. So I was trying to hold a little bit, but I hooked myself one time because I thought about it too much. So I hit too slow. So probably I have to think about it a little more so I can calculate perfectly tomorrow.
All right. Well, good luck to you. You've done a fantastic job.
Thank you.
An obviously happy Ga Young Kim. She will meet the winner of our 4th quarterfinal matchup, Monica Webb and Gerda Hofstetter, major championship winners already. Neither one of them has a US Open crown, though. They would love to have one. Ga Young Kim's week continues. Congratulations to Helena for a good week. For Jeanette Lee and Ava Lawrence, I'm Mitch Lawrence. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. So long, everybody, from Norman.